Your job is not to make your wife happy. You might think it's supposed to be. Everybody in society tells you that you should be there to help your wife be happy. If you truly want to make your wife happy, stop trying to make her happy. Everybody says, happy wife, happy life. You've seen it 100 times. In fact, everything around you is telling you to do this. To chase after your wife, to appease her, to help her feel better, to solve her problems, to be her white knight in shining armor, to save her. And this isn't some woke thing where it's like women can save themselves. It has nothing to do with that at all. In fact, what it is when you try to save her, the other thing that you're saying on the other side of it is she can't save herself, that she's not a grown-ass woman. So the thing that you're doing is you're telling her that she can't handle her own problems. And it comes off as condescending. And when she sees that you keep bending over backwards to try to save her and fix all her problems, then what she ends up seeing from you is that you're just not listening to her. You're just not paying attention to the cues. You see, she doesn't need you to save her from your problems. What she needs you to do is just be there. Just be there with her. For example, if you're upset and you're crying and you're hanging out by yourself and your dog comes and sits with you, he's just being there with you. And that's all it takes, right? You feel a little bit better just knowing that he's there with you, that he feels you. You can feel the fact that you're suffering. That's all she needs from you. She doesn't need you to solve her problems. That's why when you jump to conclusions and you come out and throw out suggestions, all she hears is, can you shut up? Just do this and shut up. I don't want to hear your complaining and whining. That's why when you're offering her solutions, she's like, you just don't listen to me. You just don't care. Because what you're telling her is, I don't want to hear your problems. I don't want to feel the emotions with you. I want you to solve the problem, get the fuck up, and get moving. And that's why she's upset. Because you're not willing to sit in the pocket with her and feel the emotions with her, to be there with her, to let her feel that you can feel her. That's why she doesn't feel connected to you. That's why she gets so upset. Because on the other side of that, not only are you just pushing that away, you're refusing to connect with her, so that hurts. That hurts on the inside. Everything that she's doing is she's wanting that connection with you. She wants to feel that you feel her. And when you shut her down by your solutions, they might be good solutions. They might solve her problem. But that's not what she's looking for. She's looking for you to connect with her. And so you can do that just by staying with her, listening to her, asking her questions, getting her to open up more and more about it, and getting her to talk to you and lay it out in great detail. Just ask her questions. Hey, what's going on? Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Oh, is that the case? And then repeat back to her what you just said so that you make sure that you got it more than her. This simple hack will solve 90% of relationship issues. But it's going to require you to actually be comfortable sitting in an emotional situation without trying to change it. See, the real problem isn't that you're not sitting there connecting with it. The real problem is you can't even connect with yourself. You can't connect with your own emotional state. And so since you're so afraid of hiding from your own emotions, you're afraid to sit with your wife's. And yet you want to be the leader in this relationship. You want to guide her to the places that you want to go, and you want her to trust you to take you to places. Or you want to trust her to follow you when you take her places. But you can't even sit with your own emotions. So how is she going to trust you with hers? And so oftentimes, as you keep doing this, as you keep shutting her down with solutions, you find that she stops coming to you with her problems. And then, before you know it, she stops talking to you at all. And then you'll say something to her and you'll get snippy comments. You'll get anger from her. You'll get contempt, resentment. She'll start rolling her eyes. And then you'll say, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she's like, well, I will tell you. And you're like, oh, it's this solution. It's this solution. You do it again and again and again. And yet you're like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't get it. Because now, since she can't get you to sit with her emotions, she's going to force the emotions upon you. She's going to make you feel it in ways that hurt. And then you keep pushing it away. I can't deal with her. We'll walk away. Fuck her. Can you see how that hurts her even more? She's trying to get your attention. Because the nice way of getting your attention isn't working. So now she has to escalate it. And oftentimes, some women will take your negative attention over no attention at all. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. You could turn it around real quick, but it's going to require consistent behavior on your part. If you can't emotionally control yourself to just sit there and depersonalize all the stuff she's throwing at you, how are you going to ever listen to her? You can't, all you're thinking about is the next thing, the next rebuttal to get back at her. It's just never going to happen. And so you have this conflict that just keeps cycling and cycling because you can't shut the fuck up. I'm not telling you to be quiet. I'm telling you to listen. I'm telling you to listen to what she's saying. Feel what she's feeling. Sit in the pocket of what it is. And yeah, she's going to attack you. It's going to come out you because she's got years of resentment piled up and it's got to come off. She's got to tell you this stuff and it's going to sting. And you're going to have to take a hard look at yourself and see what you've created. Yes, you created this. She didn't create this. You created it. You were just blind to what you weren't able to see. But now you have no excuse. You've seen this video. Now you're fucked. Because now every time she gets on to you, you're going to have to go and say, ah, shit. I fucked up again. I reacted. I offered her solutions. I told her she was a bitch. I turned around and walked away. I let her sit in her silence. I let her sit in that place of trying to hold me in contempt. A lot of women will do that. They'll hold you in contempt and place you in the realm of silent treatment. And when you just sit there and you just let it fester, she blames you for that too. Well, why didn't you chase me? Why didn't you make something different? Why didn't you change it? You see, she's looking at you to be the leader in the relationship. Even when you decide to abdicate responsibility for the leadership, she's still looking for you to do that. Even if you're the guy who sits on the couch and does nothing and looks at her direction all the time, you're still leading and telling her that that's the role she must play, that she must be the man. So she's like, why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he taking charge and figuring out what's going on with me? Yeah, and she'll give you a whole lot of resistance. Because if you've been going on 20 years like this, you think she's going to abdicate the crown that easily? Hell no. You're going to have to fight for it. You have to demonstrate your strength and courage. Doesn't mean you have to be a hard ass. In fact, I encourage you not to be. I encourage you to be magnanimous. But she's not going to just give it to you. She's not going to, nor should she. You got to earn that shit. You got to prove over time, months, that you've actually changed. This is why when a woman leaves a guy and she says, it's going to be the same, too little, too late. Because you're not even getting it at this point. And that's the problem. She's lost hope that you could even possibly get it. It's not that she's just trying to hurt you. It's just like, you're out to lunch. And she's finally just put it to bed. She's put it to rest. Yeah, this guy's just not going to get it. So, again, to recap, when she's having problems, when she's telling you that she's having a hard day or she's trying to come to you with something, don't offer all these solutions. Your job is not to make your wife happy. Your job is to just hang with her. Just be with her. Help her and experience this human experience called life. Just be there with her. That's all she's looking for. She wants that partner. She doesn't want this solution-oriented dude. She doesn't want a dad. Stop trying to save her. She doesn't need saving. She's a grown-ass woman. And if she's looking for you to save her, maybe you should find a woman who doesn't need saving. Because if you do, think about what that says about you. Why do you need a woman to save? Why do you need to save a woman? Is it because you can't save yourself? Usually that's the case. Just sit with her. That's all you got to do. And if you need help in this situation, text this number below. Get right back to you.